this is tier list the best ways to cover your farts. All the way from 100% success rate to 0% chance you're cooked. So, start off with the first one. Making a fart noise at the same time as your fart. Or just like blowing a raspberry, like, I don't know if the mic picked that up, but I made a fart noise with my mouth. So, honestly, this will work like 90% of the time. Unless your fart is like too deep of a tone, or you don't match the tone exactly, or you don't hold it out long enough. It's risky then, but it'll work 90% of the time. It'll likely work for you. Now, if all else fails, if all these other ones fail, and you just let it rip, and everyone heard it, just change your identity and leave the country. That's a 100% success rate. I mean, truly, that guy knows what he's doing. So does this guy, holding in your fart for dear life and hoping that it doesn't make a loud noise or it just doesn't come out. Hopefully, it just passes. Now, I've done this several times before, and I will say it's low-key risky, mostly because if you don't hold it in for long enough, or if it's just like, if it's you're about to poop your pants kind of fart, you kind of can't hold that in. But some farts will pass, but they could come back even stronger, even smellier. So that's why it's a little risky. But I'd say I'd keep it at the top of B. Next up we got a classic, coughing at the same time as your fart. Like, the mic probably didn't pick that up, but I coughed and then made a fart noise with my mouth. So, I'm not going to put this in 100 or 90. It's going in B because it is slightly risky. Now, sure, if it's just a little toot, a very short fart, that works, But if your cough is, more, if you have a more quieter cough, my point is you have to make the cough sound natural to make it seem like you're not covering anything up. And if it doesn't sound natural, then people might get suspicious. But if you try and make it sound natural, it could be quieter, and the fart could be louder than the cough. And it doesn't work on louder or longer farts, So the fart could definitely be more audible. And coughing is more high, it's more of a higher tone than farting. So that could definitely be a problem, but if it's just a little toot, it might work. Next up, dropping a large heavy object such as a book. Now, I am going to put this in mid. It's mid. You got 50-50 odds because you don't know when that large object is going to hit the ground. You can predict, but you might be wrong. And if it doesn't hit if it doesn't hit at the right time, then you might be cooked. So you got 50-50 chance. If it lands just right, then it could cover it up smoothly. But that is lucky. You'd be lucky if that happens. I mean, it's almost at a D. I'd probably keep it at the bottom of C though. Like, I would put it over here if there were more things, Next, similar to the book, but way worse. Dropping a pencil at the same time. If you do this, you're cooked. I mean, genuinely, like, the only fart that this could ever cover up is just a tiny toot that's barely audible, and if someone were to hear that without the pencil drop, I mean, like, they had to have been looking for that fart. I mean, now sure, I mean, like, none of these so far cover up the smell. So, I mean, this one doesn't help with that at all. Again, you don't know when it's going to hit the ground. It's super risky. I wouldn't say it's a 0% chance, but it's just kind of pointless, and that's why I'm putting it in F. Next, letting it rip. This is not an F, and let me explain. If you just let it rip, there's a few circumstances where that is okay. One, you're around people that you know, and you know that they would be like you're comfortable around, and they would either not care or they would find it amusing. Just letting it rip, you know? But that can just show that you don't have good manners, and it's a little disrespectful. I mean, like, think about this. If you're about to fart in a funeral, in like a large cathedral, like your fart would be so loud and so echoey, which one do you do? You know? You can't drop a book, you're not gonna drop the Bible to cover up your fart. It's even louder. You know? Can't make a fake fart noise. Can't just let it rip. But the thing is, the fart could get muffled. Sometimes I've just let it rip. I will say I've let it rip before. And sometimes it's not even audible. So you could take your chances, but it's not worth it. I'm keeping it at the top of D. Next, blame someone else. Now, technically, this could have a 100% chance of success. But it's just kind of rude, you know? And also, there could be so much evidence stacked up against you that, it might just not work. And it might be just, like, pointless. So it just shows that you are ashamed, you know? You don't have the self-confidence to just admit, yeah, I farted. You know? I never blame my farts on anyone else. Sometimes I just let it rip. Sometimes I just let it rip. And then someone's like, ew! Who did that? And I just raised my hand. Just put my finger in the air. That was me. Take it like a man. Can't be doing this. It's mid. Next, burn down the whole building. Kind of like if you let it rip, all else fails. Same kind of scenario. Same kind of scenario as the change your identity. Not gonna kill anyone. Not gonna harm anyone. That's good. 100% chance of success. I mean, that's just like you're creating a diversion. Just like set something on fire, you know? Next, gaslighting. Similar to the blaming, but it's better. Because the gaslighting is just going to make everyone else think that they're crazy. But it's not 100% chance of success. You know? Gaslight everyone into thinking that they were the ones who farted, even though they didn't. There could be evidence stacked up against you, so it's low-key risky. Top of B. Next. Again, if you let it rip, all else fails, kill everyone. Now, I wouldn't recommend it, but like, if you were if you were just in a small group of people, you farted, and then, no one else is around, if it's really that embarrassing, I'd say you could go for that. But there's a 50-50 chance that you'll get caught. So that's top of C. Next, leave the room. This is 100% chance of success. Honestly, top of S. I don't know why more people don't do this. Like, what are you doing trying to cough and make loud noises to cover up your farts? Like, this just, like, that's true manners. You know? Because to cover up a fart with some of these other tactics, you're going to have to violate a different rule or a different manner to not violate the rule or manner or like social acceptance rule of no farting. So just leave the room. Just go out to a quiet area. You can fart as loud as you want if you really want to. So yeah, that guy knows what he's doing. Next, blame it on your chair. Or make a loud noise with a chair at the same time as your fart. This works. This definitely works. In fact, the chair that I'm, especially if you're in like a wheelie chair that kind of goes, that like leans back, or a rocking chair, Or just basically, you can just lean back in your chair and then come down super hard. It might not hit, kind of like the book scenario, but it's not mid. It's not mid because you could just blame it on your chair. The thing is, people could, like, the chair sound might not match your fart. You don't know what your fart's going to sound like. You can compare and contrast to your past fart examples, but this is low-key risky because there could be a lot of evidence stacked up against you. Also, it doesn't cover smell. So, top of B. Next, yelling. That works 90% of the time. I mean, just yell. You can yell as loud as you want. You can make it any pitch or tone you want, but it is very circumstantial. I mean, some of these are very circumstantial, because sometimes you don't have access to a chair, or a weapon, or a large object, or a pencil, or a good alibi, or the strength, or the acting skills. Yeah, circumstantial. Sneezing, same as coughing, but slightly better because it's louder, and you can kind of control that tone. But thing is, you're usually gonna have to muffle it. You have to muffle it with your hand or your elbow, kind of like what this guy is doing, or like a tissue, So if you're sneezing into something that's already muffled, that could make the fart sound more crisper in comparison, which would lead people to believe that you're just trying to. Also, it's hard to fake a sneeze. So I'm putting it slightly above coughing. Next, run to the bathroom. Thing is, if you're running, that just kind of starts to force your butt out. You're gonna have to waddle over to the bathroom, and sometimes it's very circumstantial. You don't know where the next bathroom is, You can't really control that. It's circumstantial, but it's not A. Because I would say it only works 75% of the time. It's low-key risky. Because there could be someone in the bathroom. There could be a line. There could be a multitude of different things going on. You don't know where the bathroom is. There's a long line. There's already someone in there. So you can't just kind of like let it rip in there, Honestly, top of C. It's very, very risky. You got a 50-50 chance that that's going to play out. Good for you. Next, same as the fire kind of created a diversion by throwing something. Same as the book. You don't know when that object's going to hit the ground. You don't know if you don't know if people are going to pay any mind to your distraction. So that's that's top of D. It's not that worth it, because you can't just throw something when you're about to fart in a church, Just kind of rude. So yeah, this is my definitive list of the best ways to cover your farts. Let me know if you disagree with any of these in the comments, and let me know if you have any other entries of your own that you would like to put in here. So yeah. Bye.